star.
Maybe it was a Manglore.
It's Castle Grayskull.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of That New Toy Smell. I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm Devall.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's up, dude? I'm alright.
I'm good, too.
Welcome to the new year.
Yeah, New Year 2010. Wow. Yeah. Actually, this is our second episode of 2010.
Yeah, but this is actually the first time we're recording in 2010.
But it's actually 2010 while we're recording. All right, that's how it goes.
There's a little secret for you guys. We record these in advance.
A little bit in advance. So we got a lot of great stuff today. Scotty Cash actually has a featured video for us today, taking a look at the brand new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy line. So that'll be a lot of fun. But before we get to that, I wanted to discuss some of the newest news coming from Mattel.
Right.
Because they have finally shown off finished pictures of the brand new Mossman figure that's coming out, which is March's figure.
Yep.
And he is a flocked figure, which they did ask us a couple months ago if we did want to have the figure flocked or non-flocked because they were having some issues.
They've asked a number of times, too.
Yeah.
They asked at San Diego Comic-Con during the panel.
Right.
They asked in a ton of Q&A sessions.
Right.
They asked on He-Man.org, on their Facebook page.
And they mentioned that they were having some issues with it because the figures have so much more articulation nowadays that they were worried about the flocking wearing off. So they asked if everybody would be okay with like a partial flock, and of course everybody said yes.
Oh, yeah, well they said, yes, but no, make sure it's all flocked. We want it all flocked.
So the figure's been revealed, and he does look slightly different than the prototype at San Diego, and it has caused a little bit of a stir. Because, just to name off some of the minor differences, if you haven't seen the pictures, the one at the San Diego Comic-Con, the prototype they showed, was a much thinner flocking. It was a lot lighter, and there was a lot less flock on his head sculpt, particularly around his ears and parts like that. Now, on the new final product picture they've shown, you can see that the flock is a lot thicker, it's a lot bushier, and the flocking goes all the way around his head, completely covering his ears and everything like that. So some people are now worried that he's too flocked. They wanted him to be flocked, but they think he's a little too flocked because of how bushy he is now compared to his early prototypes. What do you think about that? You're already shaking your head over
Don't get me started on that. Actually, here's the thing. Everyone wanted him flocked.
Yeah.
They swore that, that's the way the figure was, that's the way they wanted it flocked. And then Mattel says, I don't know if we're going to be able to flock it with the articulation. We'll try, we'll see what we can do. And then Toy Guru came back and said, you know what, we found a way to flock it, we're going to do it just the way the fans wanted it. And then they do it, and what happens? The fans revolt against it. Seriously? Seriously? Really? Come on now.
Well,
everyone wanted this figure the way that it's being released, and now that they've shown it and they said, this is the only way we could do it, this is the way you guys wanted it, now everybody's like, oh my God, we made a mistake.
All right, well, let me say this. I really like this new figure. I think he looks good how he is. I'm perfectly fine with him, and really it's one of those things that I don't feel like I can fully judge until I have him in hand. Right. So when I'm actually sitting there and I'm reviewing it and everything, I'll be able to fully judge the way he looks, because the pictures don't always do the figures justice.
And here's the thing about the picture, is that I don't know if so much if the flock is heavier. I think they used a little bigger body on it.
You think it's a bigger body?
The torso looks much bigger. I don't think there's as much flock on there as there originally was. I think it's a different kind of flock that they used.
It's probably a different flock. I wouldn't say the body, but I think the flock might be different. I don't know. I can see where people might be coming from on little parts like the ears, because when you look at it, I mean, I think I do prefer the unflocked ears that they showed on the prototype.
Right.
I think I do prefer it that way. But I'm not so upset about the way he looks now that I'm, that angry or upset or anything. I think he looks fine. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm just going to have to wait until I actually get him.
Hey, you know what? If he doesn't smell like pine, I'm not buying anymore.
You're wrong.
I know. I'm going to buy them all.
I mean, I think he's supposed to smell like
Yeah,
coffee.
I think he is.
I think they said he was going to smell like coffee.
Or does that consider an action feature?
Who knows? The flocking probably could be.
Killen was about to shoot a rubber band at
I
you.
saw that. Sometimes our cameramen just yell and shoot.
Ah!
Well, at least it was you, and not me.
It missed.
So another bit of news from Mattel. They actually did announce that at this weekend's art show,
in California,
which will be happening at the same time this episode is up, they would be revealing the first of the Masters of the Universe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Yes.
So we're already going to get a look at the upcoming exclusive figure at San Diego.
At one of what could be multiple.
Yeah, apparently there's a possibility there might be more than one, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But we'll see. Do you have any ideas of who you think the exclusive?
Toy Guru said that it was going to be a celebrity.
Yeah, he used the word celebrity. He's a celebrity figure or a celebrity.
And we originally thought today that it was going to be maybe Prince Adam and Orko 2-pack. They were going to show off Prince Adam. We're going to show off Orko.
Yep, leaning towards.
And
Adam.
then Scotty Cash came in tonight. And he said, well, "What about Manny Faces?" Because he was an actor.
He was an actor. I mean, if that's what he means by celebrity, Manny Faces might make sense because I'm thinking
Scotty Cash is smart.
Scotty Cash is smart. And we've already got Trapjaw's arms and legs, which, if you remember the original figure, used Trapjaw's arms and legs.
Right. So the only original tooling they'd have to do is the upper body.
Is the upper body with the changeable heads and everything, and I think they might do something like that for San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. That'd be a nice figure.
That'd be a good way for them to do something that's a little more original tooling than we're used to seeing in the lines. So I mean, Manny Faces might be a good guess. So I think that's going to be the official That New Toy Smell guess as to what we're going to be seeing this weekend. Now, we might be very wrong. You never know, but I think Manny Faces is a pretty good guess.
I think so.
I think that's who we're going to guess.
I think it's a very good guess.
So cool. Now we got the news out of the way. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into this week's video review segment, which is featuring the brand new relaunched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line, and Scotty Cash is going to bring us that review. So let's take a look.
I think it's safe to say they're back. Hopefully they stay back this time too. Well, at least long enough to replay every Mighty Morphin Power Ranger episode from the first series. On ABC Kids, that is. At 11 and 11:30 Central Time. Check our local listings. Plug. If you're new to these parts and you didn't see my first look at the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toy line, let's do a quick recap. Did you get all of that? Good. Now when I say they're back, I don't just mean the replay of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV series. I also mean the re-release of a toy line. I also mean the re-release of a morphinominal Megazord. Yeah, I'm sorry I just said that. It is a bit different, but it's still amazing. They also released a few new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys that were never released before. First off, I want to take a look at the never released figures. Now, I didn't buy these because I was kind of disappointed in them. It's a 2-inch tall line that I was kind of excited about, but they don't have any articulation at all. Okay, they have 4 points of articulation, and I didn't expect them to be like Marvel Legends, but come on, maybe a bend a knee, a bend a elbow? That's not too much to ask. They do something that's kind of neat, I guess, but kind of not necessary at the same time. They come with a key that you can put in their back, and when you do so, they fall apart like a putty. Now after that, you can switch their arms and legs. You can put the Red Ranger's arms on the Megazord. They never did that in the show. I'm kind of confused by it, but it is still something they do. Now the real downside to this line is for two 2-inch figures, it's $7. The Megazord is $20, and the 4-inch figures are $6. For $7, it's kind of a ripoff. Now the upside of this mini line is all the different 2-packs. They got a bunch of different 2-packs that you get to choose from, and they also released 2 figures that come with a morpher. I don't really understand the morpher either, but go ahead and take a look. Now they also released something called a deluxe figure, and here's a quick look at that. But we're going to go ahead and move on to what you came for, the main event. When I heard that the Megazord and a new toy line of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were going to be made, I couldn't wait. Here they are, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Red Ranger Jason, the Black Ranger Zack, the Blue Ranger Billy, the Pink Ranger Kimberly, and the Yellow Ranger Trini. Now they come in an all-new size of a little over 4 inches, with 13 points of articulation, plus their known weapons from the show. They also added an eagle-looking backpack that lights up and snaps on their back. I'm really not sure what it's for, but it's extra, so I'm not complaining. The downside of their weapons is they're jet black, and at this day and age, we need a little bit of color in our life. Another thing I didn't like about this line was Tommy's Dragon Dagger. It's the same Dragon Dagger that came with the Legends that were out about a year ago. It's too big for the new 4-inch Tommy, but I'll deal with it. There's one other thing I don't like about this line. Nah, I made that up. Besides that, they're perfect. I love them. I know I'm a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger homer, but these really are perfect. The color's great. The build on the figures are great. Kimberly actually looks like a girl this time. And if you put them up against the old monsters from the 6-inch line, they fit perfectly. Let's take a look at some of these. And now the moment you're probably all been waiting for, the Megazord. Again, if you've seen my video before, you already know my outlook on it, and it's pretty much the same thing. So what I'm going to do is give the mic to my buddy Pixel Dan and let him run with it. Take it away, Pixel.
Thanks, Scotty. The one thing I was most excited about when I heard that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was coming back was the Megazord. See, I never had the original Megazord, and it's something I always wished I had in my collection. Needless to say, I jumped at the brand new one when I saw it in the stores. The idea and design of the new one is pretty much the same as what the original one was. It's a little smaller in scale, but looks great, and exactly as you remember the Megazord looking. And one of the great things about it is it does come apart and transform into all of the individual dinosaurs. It all fits together perfectly, exactly as you remember from the old one, just like I said, a little bit smaller in scale. But the best part is the price. You can find this thing at retail stores right now for anywhere between $20 and $25, which is an incredibly good deal for such an awesome toy. The new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line is in stores now. If you were a fan of that original series, then I think it's safe to say you'll love these new toys.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed Scotty's segment. And joining us now is Scotty Cash himself.
Scotty Cash, the Green Ranger.
Scotty Cash.
Really?
Hey, where'd you get that awesome thing?
My buddy Pixel Dan bought it for me for Christmas.
Yeah, I did.
Or I can light it up and...
Hey, it's a shame that thing doesn't make the... Yeah, that guy.
Thank you.
That guy knows how it goes. So, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is back, and I know you're very excited. You even got your Power Rangers hoodie on tonight.
Well, like I wear this around town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? You like it?
Yeah.
You like it? You like it?
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
too.
I love it.
How was Scott's underarm?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was not bad.
That's
it was,
good.
More
It
phenomenal.
was more phenomenal.
Oh.
He used that word in the review. I loved it. I cracked up. He used it when referring to the Megazord. Now, this right here is probably my favorite thing in the line already. I called this a couple weeks on our podcast one of the best deals out there right now because this thing is only $20. $20, and it's a fully working Megazord. Have you actually looked at this up close yet?
I haven't actually up close.
Play with that, because I know you had the original Megazord, right?
Yes, I still do actually.
It works pretty much just like the old one. It's a little different, right? What were the differences?
Slightly different. They don't have wheels
Yeah, no wheels. I noticed that.
on the other ones. On the old school, these horns were plastic, but they were like,
Metallic. They're like metallic
chrome,
silver.
and they popped off.
Yep.
On the hand me the shield. on the Shield, these were metallic as well, and this trunk moved back and forth.
Okay.
But I mean,
So,
besides that, I mean, these were metallic. I mean, it's a little bit smaller, but besides that, I mean, this is still.
It's still. I mean, the way it phenomenal. The way it fits together and everything is almost exactly like the old one.
It's almost
right?
uncanny.
It's uncanny. I love it, and I mean, for $20, and you get to take it apart, and you've got all the individual Zords, which is pretty sweet, and it's just a lot of fun to play with.
You also helped with that review.
I did. I know. I added.
You know what's different though is that this sword actually like comes almost completely apart, where the original one didn't. The original one just kind of opened up and wrapped around.
Same thing.
Is that true?
Yeah. The legs didn't come off though.
Yeah, it did.
I don't remember the legs coming off, but you're probably right.
Those legs don't come off. Those legs come off to become the arms.
Oh,
and
okay,
this
you're right.
Yeah.
It's
been a while since-
Scotty
while
Cash
since I-
knows his Power Rangers.
It's been a while
dude.
since I transformed.
Don't.
Sorry.
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm just saying. You know your Power Rangers.
I'm just saying.
You know your Power Rangers, dude. We're just
But,
sitting here. We're just gonna sit here and keep
yeah,
playing with
just keep
these
playing
instead of talking.
Hey, here's a quick story.
Okay.
The other day, one of my baby mama came over and she was like, "You actually wore that hoodie out?" And I was like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I?" She's like, "You didn't even like Power Rangers when they were on TV the first time." And I was like, "Or did I?" So we talked a while back about how I was like kind of like a closet.
The
Power
closet
Ranger.
Power Rangers fan.
And I'd run home and be like, "I gotta mow the grass." And the grass is always
I gotta do the
8 inches
dishes.
long, you know. But no, I was like, no, I always watched it. She's like, I didn't know that. And I was like, I'm like a ninja Power Ranger.
So there we go. We got all the Dinozords apart now.
That is cool though. I noticed the Dinozords are just a little bit smaller than the original release.
Little smaller in scale than the original one, but I mean,
Which I like. I don't want them to redo the same exact thing.
yeah, I mean that's true too. It's a brand new thing. It's not just a re-release of the old ones. So I mean, it's pretty sweet. I like it a lot.
And I'm sure making it smaller had something to do with making it only $20.
Exactly.
it's just
I
ridiculous.
mean, you know, with the way prices on toys are these days, you make it too big, they're gonna make it too expensive, and you know their target audience wouldn't be able to get it because they're still pushing these for kids as well as collectors.
Yep.
So
And they did sell a ton because the shelves were stocked full
right before Christmas.
of all this stuff, and now you see, like you said the other day, a couple gold R's and a couple putty. Did you bring your?
I didn't bring the putty with me. We talked.
Voice. The other day we were filming the video. The putty took over the world.
Yeah, he did.
The putty was beating up DC Universe guys. He was going off a mountain.
Sometimes I get a lot of control when I film my toy reviews. I gotta start playing with my toys.
That was you. I thought that was the putty.
It was, oh yeah, it was the putty. He was out of control.
FYI, when this first showed up on eBay,
Yeah.
10 or 15 bucks.
Ridiculous
Really?
prices, and
Really?
it's like
And
why
then-
would you people pay that
I
price?
bought
You
this-
think it's going to come out
And then
retail
a
in
week
like
later, they were everywhere.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I walked into a Walmart after Christmas and paid $20 for it. So I mean, I love it. It's fantastic. And onto the actual figures themselves.
they're
I like the scale because they're down in that 3 3/4 inch type scale, which is pretty sweet. A lot of the toys these days seem to be doing that
Sorry, I'm reading Trini's butt.
because they got the little stamps on them.
Yeah.
Just the little production.
Trini says 971
Does
12909.
it say be careful?
That's
these things are
exactly what
awesome?
this one says. So I don't
Really?
even know what that means.
They
Say,
are
Be
awesome.
careful, these things are awesome.
They're pretty
yeah,
awesome.
the articulation is really good on them, and it's in a way like I didn't realize the articulation was as good as they are until I actually opened and started playing with them because they got the ball jointed elbows and
13
shoulders and 13 points of articulation. That's a lot for
The only
these
thing
little
lacking
guys.
is chest articulation.
And I'm okay with that
Which, yeah,
though.
I honestly care less about
And,
chest
I mean, if-
articulation or ab or whatever you want to call it.
And if you
Fair
guys
trade.
even notice, you'll even
it's
I mean, if you remember the old
yeah,
Power
while you guys
Rangers
are playing with
toys.
the chicks, I'll play with the man.
Well, I was getting ready to say, if you remember the old Power Rangers toys, the chicks didn't even look like chicks, and now they actually do.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Pink Ranger's got her skirt, and both of them have boobies. If you remember, the old figures were just the exact same bodies as the male figures.
Yeah, because
So, I mean,
and then in Japan, of course, the Yellow Ranger was actually a man in
in
that
the old
series.
in the old series, actual series,
If you look real close, they even because Billy's a little bit smaller than Zach.
yeah, the sizes are different.
Okay, I gotta admit
Yeah.
that
Barely.
this. See that skirt? Her legs,
Oh, it hinders her movement.
they
a little
don't
bit.
move.
That's okay.
So what? I mean,
She doesn't have anywhere to sit down on.
With her?
She's
Oh,
still
you
she's still got cool standing poses.
I guess.
What do you want to do with her?
The same thing I do with my Mary Batson figure from DC Universe 12. She just stands there and goes,
There you go, you poser. See, that's all you gotta do.
She can't sit or anything.
I think it's really cool if you notice also that every Ranger comes with their gun. That clips onto their side.
Except
and also
for Tommy.
Also comes with their signature weapons. Now, I will point out that one of my disappointments was that the weapons are solid black plastic.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that this day and age we should be getting fully painted accessories and not just solid.
Sitting. Up yours, Devall.
Oh, take that. Oh, snap. Zing. Oh, snap. Zing.
And then...
No, I do feel... I do feel, though, that the weapons probably should have been fully painted rather than just being solid colors of plastic. But
yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to complain too much because overall, I'm pretty happy with the overall turnout of these figures. I think they're pretty good looking. The sculpts are great, and they actually look better than the original ones do. They improved upon the originals.
Zordon!
The only complaint I had was
Sorry.
this Dragon Dagger. We talked about it in the video.
Oh, yeah, let's pull that out. We did talk about this in the video a little bit.
Actually goes with this Green Ranger.
This is the Super Legends Green Ranger that came out like a year or so ago, and we noticed that they just used the exact same Dragon Dagger that came with this figure for the new one, so it's a little oversized.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that. But now,
because see,
it
fits perfectly in his Dragon Dagger.
All their other weapons fit fine.
Yeah.
His sword might be just a tad too big.
No.
But it's definitely obvious they just reused the sculpts. So.
It's true.
There's a good
That's
comparison
what she said.
too. This is like the 6-inch version and the 3 3/4-inch version and the full-size version.
Hi, my name is Tommy.
The skinny,
Hi,
Scotty Cash
my
version.
name is Tommy.
Skinny, handsome Scotty
But you
Cash.
are midget Tommy. I know.
What are you doing?
Watch me at a wrestling show sometime.
What are you doing, man? No, not wrestling. MMA.
There's a girl.
Tommy's
There's
MMA.
another girl Power Ranger.
I'll play with Jason because he's awesome. I'm just not you.
Oh,
This one.
thank God.
Yeah, you did set yourself up for that.
I did set myself up for that one. So overall, I mean, final thoughts, Devall. What do you think of this?
Other than my personal opinion that I feel that
Sorry.
that I feel that they could have had some articulation in the chest. I mean, they're nice figures for what they are. I mean, I like the fact that we actually have real, like, actual looking Power Ranger figures based on the show, on the Americanized version of the show, that are actually posable and that people can actually play with for once. Because I had the original Power Rangers, the big 8-inch ones, and they're not that great. They're not.
They were posable.
Well, I mean, they were, but it's like
They do have a set of these. You get Kimberly, Jason, Billy, Tommy, and Lord Zed.
Lord Zed.
But they're not
posable.
They're not posable. Yeah. I'm hoping they come out with the Lord Zed in this series.
And Rita.
I mean, because we've got Rita.
Yeah.
Because we've got a Goldar and we've got a Putty and an Alpha 5 with the awesome Zordon head.
Was that the $20 box set?
Yeah, that was the Walmart
$20
box.
box set.
I think it's only like 14. Is it 20?
But yeah, the guys in that set don't really move. Like they're not the same as these.
Why did he want to tell me my butt was so big?
Dude, you're done.
It's a Spaceballs reference.
Oh.
Don't break his toy.
It is a Spaceballs reference. So anyway,
speaking of which, they're only $6.
Yeah, they're a really good price.
It's a good value
How
for
much are the Wolverine Origins?
About $7.99.
Yeah.
$8.99.
Yeah, they
So
are
they're
good. They are a good value.
They're cheaper than the Marvel Universe stuff. They're cheaper than the DC Universe stuff.
And way cooler.
And it's
really
especially
sweet.
This is nice to. This is kind of like a little bit of '90s nostalgia now for that.
It is
that group of people who grew up in the '90s who are now reaching their early 20s or whatnot that are reaching that stage.
Don't forget to check your local listings.
Power Rangers is back on the air.
Back on
Power Rangers.
And
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
2 episodes every single Saturday.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Scotty watches them all.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and move into questions for this week.
Yay!
Fan questions. We've actually got one that was emailed to us, not posted on the forums. We've got an email question, and I am going to terribly mispronounce this person's name, so I apologize. But it's Toazata or Taozata. I'm really. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but he asks, "Dear That New Toy Smell crew, what characters would you guys like to see reissued in Mattel's DC Universe Classics line or the MightyCollector.com exclusive Ghostbuster 6-inch line?"
See, made or reissued?
I think he's, made or reissued. So specific characters. And we'll go and start with you because you love DC Classics. You can start with that.
I have to say, along with the current fan base who's reading the DC's Blackest Night series, is I'd love to have some Black Lanterns in that series. I'd love to have
I think a lot of people
a
would.
series, like just a whole series of Black Lanterns with a Build-A-Figure Necron would be really cool. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would be mad, but that would be a great, like, I don't know, they could do that as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set or something you'd have to buy. I think it'd be cool just to have a couple of Black Lanterns and a Necron. That's what I really like to see.
Lion-O and the DC Universe Classics
Or the
line.
Penguin.
They made a
They
Penguin.
made a Penguin.
Reissued Penguin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be okay with them reissuing Penguin because I missed him.
Yeah, he was in Wave 1.
He was in the first wave, and I didn't buy him, and he's one of the ones I kind of want for my shelf now. If we're talking about Ghostbusters,
Wow. I don't know, because they're hitting all...
they're hitting the
make
main
them all.
characters, which is
Yeah.
good. I'll tell you what I want. This is what I want in the Ghostbusters line. I want random ghosts. I want a series of ghosts to put with the Ghostbusters figures.
Yep.
Like, we got that Slimer with Egon, which is really cool.
And we haven't had another ghost since
We
then.
haven't really had... I mean, we had
we
that
had the No Ghost.
the logo,
Yeah,
which...
it's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
You can get like 10 of
And-
those and just paint them.
And like I know, yeah, and I know a lot of people have talked about getting Stay Puft. Stay Puft would be cool. I want just a series of ghosts, just random, cool-looking ghosts.
Well, I
maybe
think-
even based on some of the random ones we saw in the movies. I want ghosts. Build a
Well,
Stay Puft would
they
be
did
awesome.
state that they weren't going to do any Build-A-Figures in this line, which kind
Because
of...
there's only one they can do.
They are looking into doing Stay Puft.
They are looking into
though.
doing Stay
They're
Puft.
and they're
Now,
looking into
here's-
Stay Puft, and they're looking into doing an Ecto-1. But
Yes.
they haven't confirmed
Here
either.
probably are the key ones that you would want in a ghost line, not random ghosts, but ghosts that actually could be made in that 6-inch line would be the Library Ghost,
The Library Ghosts would be sweet.
Gozer. They could make
Yeah,
the Gozer.
yeah.
They could make from Ghostbusters 2.
Vigo.
Vigo.
He's Vigo!
He's Vigo!
Oh, you gotta make these.
Yeah.
Yeah, the painting, dude. They need to just release the
He's gotta come
painting.
with the painting.
Yeah, they totally have to.
But I
have
mean,
painting.
overall, I mean, we're getting characters we
Vigo
didn't
the
think we would get.
Carpathian.
I mean, we're going to get Walter Peck next.
Yeah, we are
Who
getting
actually
Peck
comes with
with
the
a
containment
containment
unit, which is
yeah.
cool.
The Gate Master and Dog.
Yeah, the Terror Dogs.
Yeah, the
or
Terror
whatever.
Dogs.
The
They could
the
do the Terror
Gatekeeper
Dogs.
and the Keymaster.
Yeah, they could do Lewis. I know they've signed all the actual main cast, so I know they've signed. I believe they have Rick Moranis.
Do they?
I know they have Sigourney Weaver. So
Sweet.
they're going to do a Dana Barrett. I'm sure they'll do a Lewis Tully because
They should do a line.
he doesn't want to come out of
And
retirement.
they
I
do-
get
they-
that,
they
but
should do Lion-O.
thank you, Scott.
The Ghostbusters outfit.
Who was the guy that came through the portal? When they opened
Lino.
The guy who came. Through
That's
the portal.
Gozer.
He has a
Gozer.
sword. He has a
Gozer,
sword
the Gozerian.
it? Who was the second?
with a glove.
Vigo.
Vigo is
Came
the
with an
second
came
villain.
with an
Vigo was the
orange
second
glove.
villain.
Drove around in a thunder tank.
Yes.
He's Vigo.
But you know what else? They announced that they
What
had the
was
rights.
The guy's name? Who said that?
Panthro.
Oh, that was
He was with him. He's like,
Oh no.
Everybody watching right now is like, "What is going on? We don't even know."
What was his name?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I can't think-
The guy that worked at the museum.
Bow staff.
Yeah.
The guy that worked
I
at the
thought you were
museum.
saying Nash should have a figure. That guy.
No,
He probably will get a figure.
that guy doesn't need a figure.
Because he actually did have powers in
Whatever.
part of the second movie,
All right.
thanks to
I
Vigo.
want random ghosts and proton streams
Actually-
to clip onto the guns that are out now.
Actually, you know what
Proton
else?
streams.
You know what else is coming?
I'm lying.
Part of the wish list is they have the rights to the real Ghostbusters series
Yeah,
of figures.
that's
so
right, they do.
We will get
Cartoon based.
cartoon based, but they'll probably make
Or the
realistic
monkey.
looking cartoon ghosts
Not
as
that.
well.
Not that Ghostbusters.
Since the show, the show had
the
such
real Ghostbusters.
Yes.
This wasn't mine. I flipped this over.
since the show had such identifiable ghosts in the series that made recurring appearances, like the Sandman showed up a couple times
Yeah,
in the
I
series.
remember
The
that now.
Boogeyman.
Yeah, the Boogeyman showed up a couple times
I
in
like
the
the
series.
Boogeyman.
You know, so they did some
The parents
characters.
didn't believe him that he was in his closet.
That's right.
I watched that about a month ago. Remember
Yeah.
when I told you guys
It was on. I watched
demand?
on
Yeah.
demand. Gotta love on demand.
I thought for sure it'd be like, you have to pay for this.
it
I
was
like,
free.
It's awesome.
Free.
I have the
Awesome.
box set.
Kind
You're
of.
lucky you.
Did you end up getting it?
He hasn't
yeah,
finished paying
okay.
for it yet.
Yeah, I still owe
Still
$40.
paying for it. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, I think that's gonna do it.
Like they're gonna show up at his house and be like, "Can we get that back?
Can we get that? Can we get that?
Like, you only
Yeah,
owe
sure.
$40 back. Just give me the bottom half."
All right, guys. As always, if you're looking for DVDs or comic books or toys of any kind, make sure you head on over and check out KillinEnterprises.com
Say hi, Killin.
and say hi.
Yay!
It's our official store on the net, so check it out.
That's right.
And while you guys are there, head on over to PopCultureNetwork.com.
Bada bing.
It's our new home on the internet, so you should see all of our updates, including new episodes of That New Toy Smell and new episodes of the It Figures podcast every Wednesday. So until next week, guys, I'm Pixel Dan.
I'm Devall.
Gotta cash.
Take care, everybody.
Toy Talk!